Good morning. We will give just a moment to clear the waiting room. Good morning. This is the voting hearing of the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, April 25th, 2024. This meeting is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional testimony accepted this morning. We'll begin with the license premise inspection hearing, which occurred on Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. Item number 1, 253 Food and Spirit LLC, doing business as Nashville Grill and Stage, located at 255 to 257 Tremont Street. Date of the incident, October 14th, 2023. Robbery outside abutting premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
Thanks, Danny. The violation was for robbery outside the premise. I see no violation for that. I do want to note on the record that they failed to preserve the video, so urge them to continue to train their staff to understand how to retrieve the video in a timely manner.
I agree. Do we have, cooperation correspondence ready to go? Maybe we could send?
Sure, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just, because, it's this, I come back to it all the time, the difference between like compliance and cooperation, kind of like really engaging to help out.
I agree.
Thank you. We can also send a copy of the advisory the board has released on cooperation with police. So no violation with correspondence from the board?
Yes.
Great. Item number 2 will be rescheduled to the next available hearing date. Item number 3, Big Night Venues Boston 2 LLC, doing business as Empire, located at 1 Marina Park Drive. Date of the incident, February 16th, 2023. Alleged bouncer assault on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I see no violation here.
I actually saw one. I thought that the bouncer, when they were going to remove the problematic patrons, came in overly aggressively, and really that all the pushing match and falling over into the other parties and the young woman. I mean, the assault that she alleged being dragged out of the place didn't happen, but I saw a different one than the one they tried to focus on. So I saw a violation here.
I saw the video, so I know what you're talking about, Liam, but what were they written up for?
Well, I think the one that everyone talked about was the one that the alleged victim from the report described, meaning that she was dragged out of the premises. But I think in a global looking at the whole situation, I think that there was, an unjustified assault, probably on if not the first problematic patron who should have been approached and asked to leave, and he seemed to refuse to leave, and then he was immediately grabbed physically by his person, which caused the bear hugging and the shoving and the falling over and all that kind of stuff, which in a sense, because it was started in that manner, her getting knocked over with her husband is presumably, I think either a boyfriend or a husband. I think all of that wasn't justified. It all kind of stemmed from the aggressive nature with which they began the removal.
So is there no violation for what the establishment was written up for, but then correspondence regarding the overall interaction?
I see no violation. I respect what Commissioner Curran is saying, but I saw it all connected to a response to the tussling that was going on. So I still see no violation there. I support correspondence, but my vote would be for no violation.
Yeah.
And Commissioner
I
Curran, you are voting for a violation. Commissioner Saxon?
I vote no violation because of how it was written up. There's no violation for that, but you know, if there's correspondence that generally talks about de-escalation and removing parties in a safe manner, then I'm for that.
Okay,
So the vote is for no violation. It will be noted Commissioner Curran did find a violation. Correspondence will be sent regarding de-escalation and the overall response to the situation.
thank you.
Item number 4, Big Night Venues Boston 4 LLC, doing business as Scorpion Bar and Restaurant The Grand, located at 25 Northern Ave. Date of the incident, July 21st, 2023. Assault and battery, employee on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
In reviewing the video, I could see that they were having difficulty removing this person. My view was blocked when the employee sort of headbutted the patron to sort of push them out of the way, not understanding what was being said and what else, with his arms over the shoulders of the other guy, exactly what was going on. I see no violation. I can't determine whether or not that was an inappropriate reaction. Reviewing the video, I don't think it was an extreme reaction to trying to remove that patron. There was some of my vantage point was skewed from the camera angle.
Yeah, you could barely see. I don't know. Did you see the what was alleged was the shirt pull up over the back of the head? I could barely see it, but I did see it. So, and then it was obscured, like, you know, how forceful. But I mean, if someone's trying to pull your shirt up over the top of your head, you don't know what they're about to try to do to you. So
Yeah.
I didn't, no violation.
Yeah, I agree.
No violation. Item number 5, Rafael Iveras, individual, doing business as Latino Restaurant, located at 302 Center Street in Jamaica Plain. Date of the incident, October 23rd, 2023. Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A.
I saw no violation for this assault and battery.
I agree.
Item number 6, Tremont 958 Restaurant Corporation, doing business as Slade's Bar and Grill, located at 958 Tremont Street in Roxbury. Date of the incident, November 11th, 2023. Assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A. And robbery, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
So this was an awful situation that happened. I think the staff did everything they could to intervene and stop the initial fighting that was going on. So for the assault and battery, patron on patron, I think the staff acted appropriately, and I don't think there was much more they could have done to have prevented that.
I agree.
I agree.
And as for the robbery?
No violation.
Agree.
I agree.
No violation. Item number 7, licensee failed to appear. We have reached out with them and we will be rescheduling to the next available hearing date. Item number 8, 425 Broadway LLC, located at 425 West Broadway in South Boston. Date of the incident, November 20th, 2023. Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, serious bodily injury, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A.
I want to note for the record that this is an example of how the video actually really helped me make my decision. In reviewing the video, I see no violation.
I agree.
I agree.
And items 9 and 10, both licensees failed to appear. We have contacted both and they will be scheduled to the next available hearing date. Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred yesterday, Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. Item number 1, Momo Ventures, Inc., doing business as Sofra Bakery, located at 210 North Harvard Street in Alston, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Maureen Kilpatrick, hours of operation 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Agree.
And I ask that the licensee come back if they intend to add third-party delivery.
Okay. Thank you. Item number 2, Aya Pizza LLC, doing business as Redline Pizza, located at 580 to 582 Dorchester Ave in South Boston, has petitioned to change the hours of the licensed business to 5 a.m. to 2 a.m.
I vote to reject this request without prejudice at this time.
I vote to reject. I think with prejudice might be appropriate. I think that would give us the appropriate amount of time where they can operate properly under the conditions set forth already. I wouldn't want to see them back here in less than a year. So I was thinking with prejudice.
Yes, the with prejudice is a certain amount of time, correct? Is that?
Yeah, with prejudice
Prejudice
means they
not before a
cannot
year.
reapply within 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was what the officer was also saying, suggesting as well.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think at a minute, based on their previous violations,
Correct, yeah.
I wouldn't have confidence in them in anything less than a year.
Yeah, that was my intention when we spoke to them in my office, that they were gonna build a track record, work better with the community and with Boston Police. And in the meantime, we have received correspondence that they're working on possibly getting a takeout window. So I think they should move forward with that. But in the meantime, they should continue with their 11 p.m. closing for the next year.
Do we send any correspondence about that website? I mean, you know, if they can't get in there just to edit it, maybe they should take it down altogether. I don't know. I don't.
Chairman Joyce, Commissioner Curran, is that something you would like to see?
I think, sure, but I have talked to them at length about it, and they've tried. I think we got their screenshot of Google with the correct. So they should continue to work on it. For sure.
I don't think that might not be the problem. I don't think they're really overrun with people coming in saying, you know,
said that it was.
Yeah, I'm here because the website says it's open till 2. Like, you can't throw me out, you know? It's really not the problem, I don't think. So I think the problem is, you know, they need a different setup, like the chair was saying, like something like a window, or bringing like a temporary counter right up to the front door during the hours when no one can be there. So no one is you know, those delivery orders are just being passed out to the sidewalk. That's it.
And definitely just to address some of the other concerns that weren't really about the hour, but they were about the trash and, you know, some of the vagrancy. Maybe just to expressly say that they need to continue to work with ONS and the community about that.
Yeah, I think maybe correspondence regarding like all of those quality of life issues will be part of the building of the track record that may allow us to see the next application favorably.
So Chairman Joyce, is your vote still to reject without prejudice?
I'll reject with prejudice. I think 1 year is reasonable. We wouldn't be having this conversation about a year from now if they had waited a full year to come back in the first place.
The application is rejected with prejudice, and correspondence will be sent about building a track record and working with the community on the issues identified. Item number 3, Alston Silhouette Lounge LLC, doing business as Silhouette Lounge, located at 200 Brighton Ave in Alston, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Sarah Lieb.
I vote to approve Ms. Lieb as manager of record. I believe she has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 4, Earl's Restaurant, Boston, Mass. Inc., doing business as Earl's Kitchen and Bar, located at 800 Boylston Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Willie Gray.
I vote to approve Mr. Gray as manager of record. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
Item 5, the Tennis and Racket Club, located at 927 to 939 Boylston Street, has petitioned for a change of officers directors.
I vote to approve the change of officers and directors.
I agree.
Item 6, Wine and Liquors, Inc., doing business as Roslindale Liquors, located at 23 Corinth Street in Roslindale, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Uma Vadher, and has petitioned for a change of officers directors.
I vote to approve the change of officers and directors and Mr. Vader as manager of record.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 7, Blue Hills Liquors, Inc., doing business as Discount Liquors located at 950 American Legion Highway in Hyde Park. This is the same transaction, has petitioned to change the manager to Uma Vadher, and has petitioned for a change of officers, directors.
I vote to approve again, Mr. Vadher as manager of record and for the change of officers and directors.
I agree.
Item 8, Flatbread Boston Landing LLC, doing business as Flatbread Company located at 76 Guest Street in Brighton, has petitioned to pledge the license to Icebox LLC.
I vote to approve the pledge.
I agree.
Item 9, GNV Brighton Mart Inc., doing business as Babushka Deli located at 62 Washington Street in Brighton, has petitioned for a change of officers directors, has petitioned for a change of stock interest, and has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to MD Basharul Islam.
I vote to approve Mr. Islam as manager of record. I vote to approve the change in officers and directors and for the change in stock interest.
I agree.
Item 10, Stride Corporation, doing business as Sava's Market located at 150 Bennington Street in East Boston, has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, and for a change of stock interest.
I vote to approve the change of officers and directors and the change of stock interest.
I agree.
Item 11, Gelos Corp., doing business as Las Delicias Colombianas 2, located at 1231 River Street in Hyde Park, has petitioned to amend the closing hour of the licensed business to 1 a.m.
I vote to approve the amended closing hour to 1 a.m.
I agree.
Agree.
Item 12, LSF Logan Airport, doing business as Legal Seafoods, located at 1 Harborside Drive in East Boston, has petitioned to amend the closing hour of the licensed business to 1:30 a.m.
I vote to amend the closing hour to 1:30 a.m.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item 13, 10 City Square LLC, located at 10 City Square in Charlestown, has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed premise to the premise is located on first floor and basement, consisting of 9,190 square feet. First floor consists of 7,100 square feet with seating for 185 patrons, including bar seating for 25 patrons, dining area for 93 patrons, private dining room 1 for 34 patrons, kitchen and private dining room 2 with dining area for 28 patrons and bar seating for 5 patrons, kitchen and back of house areas on first floor, basement 2,090 square feet for storage, main entrance exit located on City Square, emergency exits located at rear. Seasonal April to November patio seating located on public property, 360 square feet, with seating for 34 patrons. 10 p.m. patio closing hour, general closing hour of 1 a.m. Secondly, the applicant has also petitioned to change the DBA to Prima.
I vote to approve the DBA change. I vote to approve the amended description.
That's all.
Okay, thank you.
I do as well.
I agree.
Thank you. Item number 14, the club at Boston College, Inc., doing business as Boston College Club, located at 100 Federal Street, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Lincoln Street Property Owner LLC, located at 1 Lincoln Street. Nicholas Delamonte, manager, 2 a.m. closing hour.
I will approve this transfer. However, I want to make it clear that this board is taking a hard look at these types of transfers. I would like to calendar this for a status update in 6 months, and I will require a community process for any future transfer or management agreement.
I agree.
I agree.
Transfer is granted. The board will request a status update in 6 months and will require a full community process for any subsequent transfer or management agreement. Item 15, North End Pomodoro of Boston, Inc., doing business as Pomodoro, located at 364 Hanover Street, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to 204 Hanover Corp., doing business as North End Lobster Company, located at 204 Hanover Street. Has also petitioned to change the closing hour of the license to 1 a.m. Adriana Ioana Travaglioni, manager.
I vote to approve Ms. Travaglioni as manager of record. I believe she has the appropriate character and fitness to serve. I vote to approve the transfer. I believe the applicant has shown that the public need of another license at this location can be supported. And I actually appreciate the applicants sharing with us the other licensees in the area that have closing hours at 1 a.m. and later. Given all that information, I have no issue with changing the closing hour as well.
I vote to approve as well.
I agree.
And item 16, Newsret Boston LLC, doing business as Newsret Steakhouse located at 100 Arlington Street, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Jewel Box LLC, doing business as Bon Mar located at 601 Congress Street. Just one moment. John Baker, manager, has petitioned to change the closing hour to 2 a.m. all days, has petitioned to remove all of the patio conditions on the license, and has petitioned to pledge the license to Biomed Realty Holdings LLC.
I vote to approve this transfer. I think this is a good location for another all alcohol license. I want to note that while it did not have a full community process, ONS did reach out to the Seaport Neighborhood Association, which is the neighborhood association down there, and they are in support of it. So I vote to approve.
Yep, I vote to approve as well.
I agree.
And as for the conditions, the hour and the pledge?
I vote to approve that, and Mr. Baker as manager of record.
Yeah, I vote to approve everything.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to non-hearing transactions, the following are applying for a new common victualler license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, Dunbar Enterprise, Inc., doing business as Padrino's Cuban Cuisine, located at 116 Washington Street in Dorchester. Manager Tracy Crawford, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 2, OMI Symphony, Inc., doing business as OMI Korean Grill, located at 267 Huntington Ave. Manager Sam Zhu Zhang, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 3, Terminal Bites LLC, doing business as Starbucks, located at 700 Atlantic Ave. Manager Mohammed Sadiq, hours of operation 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is within South Station.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 4, Juicy Greens, Inc., doing business as Juicy Greens, located at 125 Summer Street. Manager Camilo Sanchez, hours of operation 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 5, DG Restaurant Blue Hill, Inc., doing business as La Taqueria Taco Bar and Grill, located at 1132 Blue Hill Ave in Dorchester. Manager Diana Gualdron, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 6, Starbucks Corporation, doing business as Starbucks Coffee, located at 176 Boylston Street. Manager Alejandra Martins, hours of operation 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 7, JJC Group LLC, doing business as Sushi Guys, located at 283 Old Colony Ave in South Boston. Manager Jamie Thang, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
And item 8, Selly Family Group LLC, doing business as McDonald's, located at 100 Legends Way within North Station. Manager Chirag Selly, hours of operation 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Following have applied to make changes to their existing common victualler licenses. Item 1, Children's Hospital Boston, located at 300 Longwood Ave, has petitioned to change the manager to Tyler Van Vayten.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 2, Sauce on Bowden LLC, doing business as Sauce on Bowden, located at 203 Bowden Street in Dorchester, has petitioned to change the closing hour from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 3, Triple Coast LLC, doing business as Ula Cafe, located at 284 Amory Street in Jamaica Plain, has petitioned to change the manager to Michael Boehm, and has petitioned to change the officers, directors, LLC managers to Elizabeth Santos, 50%, and Marvin Matelier, 50%.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 4, JJ Cobblestones LLC, doing business as Cobblestones, located at 30 Charles Street, has petitioned to change the ownership interest to Jennifer Gallagher at 65% and Dave O'Donnell at 35%.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
The board has before them a list of applications for special one-day alcoholic beverages licenses, which have been administratively reviewed by staff and approved by the board. And there are 2 items on old and new business. The first is for acknowledgement. This is a companion to the pledge that was approved this morning. The board is in receipt of a release of pledge of licensed security interests from Newburyport 5 Cent Savings Bank, releasing the prior pledge held on Flatbread Boston Landing LLC, doing business as Flatbread Company, located at 76 Guest Street in Brighton.
Received.
Thank you. And item number 2 for a vote, the board had deferred disposition of this violation to review video evidence. This was K&K Restaurant Group, Inc., doing business as Estella, located at 49 Temple Place. Date of the incident, October 23rd, 2023. For patrons drinking on public sidewalk in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and uncooperative with police in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.10 A and B.
So just picking up from where we left off at the last hearing, we have been able to review the video that Boston Police shared with us. We were able to share that video with the licensee. The licensee has contacted the board to say that they have reviewed the video too. They were able to use it as a training source for their employees. They expressed regret, they apologized, they, in writing, admitted to firing the promoter and the security that were working that night, which I think are reasonable responses to what the video showed. They have never had a violation with us before and have only been before the board once. So all those things being put out there, I still see a violation for patrons drinking on public sidewalk. I believe that they should have been able to prevent this, and they should have had their staff and their promoters and the security trained better. My vote would be for a violation and a first warning.
And do you have any comments on uncooperative or?
And also a violation for lack of cooperation with the police.
I agree. I mean, they essentially admitted to being uncooperative because, you know, they felt like they weren't being treated fairly. But I think that, you know, with regard to us, A, we need good evidence of it, and B, they need to bring that evidence to us and not have conflicts with the police at the time of, you know, if they feel like something is wrong, I think they should bring it to us and not have, you know, these disputes at the time of. So that's all I would say. I don't know if we need to do correspondence in that regard or something like that, but that's kind of what jumped out at me. I mean, this premises is in a very tough spot. I mean, there's no stopping in front of it. That actually, that is coming back to me now. I did want to touch on that particularly because he kind of threw this out as a question, and I felt like the way he threw it out, I felt like I was like, do I have that expectation? And I have to say that I still do, which is if a patron pulls up in front there and parks right in front of his business and then gets out of that car and like tries to go in, I expect him to refuse entry. That's my personal expectation. Maybe not way down the street or anything like that, but there's absolutely no stopping right in front of there. You know, we got the silver line there. There's only one way, you know, there's only one width of lane to get by unless you're going into the silver line lane. I mean, so that's my expectation, and I want to state that clearly.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it is a both and. I think the establishment should not condone someone parking right in front, because it required the other car to kind of like do this really weird maneuver in order to squeeze through. And so I just think it really promotes a lack of safety in that in that area. So both that the patron should not be allowed in, and they should you know, promptly call the authorities and you know, and have the car removed. So I do the correspondence that you know, about cooperating with the police. I think, you know, this is worth you know, a chance for like a sit down and to have them to just discuss and to establish mutual trust and, you know, lines of communication. And so, I mean, I'm glad that the owner was contrite in the email. I do agree with the warning. I think the warning about both parking and cooperation, maybe they run concurrently. I don't think they should, you know, we shouldn't have two warnings because it's kind of a global one event that prompted these different problems. But you know, I'm confident that they can work it out.
Yeah, I just want to underscore the public safety issue there with the parking. It's cars can't get by, the Silver Line can't get by, emergency vehicles can't get down the street. Police, it's not police shouldn't have full-time responsibility for having cars move along. And to echo what Commissioner Curran is saying, the managers, the door people, the promoters, the security are responsible for telling people they can't come in because they left their car there. And I know I've had many conversations with the licensee. He doesn't want to be put in an antagonistic position, but he needs to tell these people they're not welcome at his premise and they need to move on. It's not the police officer's job to ticket and tow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a violation with a warning for the overall incident, along with correspondence, reminding the licensee of their obligation to manage the parking situation and call the police when necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. That is all. Those are all the items before the board this morning, and that will adjourn this morning's hearing. Thank you all, and please do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.